At some point, high salaries stop changing your life, not because you failed, because your career stopped compounding. You still earn more than most people. You still look successful from the outside, but growth becomes horizontal. And once that happens, you can spend years improving without actually moving forward. That's the part most people misunderstand about high-income careers. They assume income and momentum are the same thing. At first, they usually are. Early career growth compounds aggressively. New skills create leverage quickly. New opportunities change positioning fast. Small decisions create disproportionate movement, and income reflects that acceleration. But eventually, that relationship changes. Additional effort creates smaller trajectory shifts. Experience still accumulates. Compensation can still increase. But long-term expansion starts slowing down underneath. And that's when many careers quietly become horizontal. Not collapsing, horizontal. That distinction matters. Because horizontal careers still feel active. Projects continue. Meetings continue. Deadlines continue. Compensation continues. Which means movement still exists. But expansion slowly disappears underneath. And over time, many engineers confuse activity with compounding, even though the system no longer rewards additional effort proportionally. Because high-income careers are not governed only by skill, they are governed by scalability, and scalability changes dramatically depending on positioning. That's the structural mechanism most high earners underestimate. Execution-heavy careers reward improvement aggressively early on, but eventually, execution becomes compressible. The system can distribute it, standardize it, replicate it across larger organizations, scale it through process instead of scarcity, which means additional execution gradually creates less leverage over time, even when the work remains valuable, even when the people are highly capable. Leverage behaves differently. Leverage scales through positioning, through decision proximity, through structural influence, through directional control. Execution improves output, leverage changes trajectory, and eventually, that difference becomes enormous. Because many engineers continue optimizing inside structures that no longer compound proportionally, which creates one of the strangest experiences in modern tech careers, high income without meaningful expansion. And that illusion becomes stronger over time, because compensation can continue rising while optionality quietly shrinks underneath. That's the hidden transition many high earners never recognize. At first, income creates freedom. Later, income often starts protecting stability instead. Safer roles, safer companies, safer positioning, which feels rational short-term. But long-term, stability compounds differently than optionality. Optionality compounds. Stability preserves. Optionality increases future movement. Stability protects current positioning. And many careers slowly trade one for the other without recognizing the cost. That transition changes incentives. People stop maximizing expansion and start minimizing disruption instead. Not because they became less ambitious, because preserving a high-income position gradually becomes psychologically safer than risking trajectory volatility. And over time, that changes decision-making completely. The career slowly shifts from expansion mode into preservation mode. That shift is subtle. At first, it looks like maturity. Then it becomes predictability. Eventually, it becomes structural stagnation, hidden underneath professional stability. And the longer someone stays inside that pattern, the narrower future movement becomes. Not because opportunities disappear completely, because recovery distance expands quietly over time. A slowing trajectory is much harder to accelerate later than it is to maintain earlier. That's why some careers still look impressive externally, while internally feeling increasingly static. The path still exists, it simply stops widening. And once future optionality narrows enough, career acceleration becomes extremely difficult to recover. Because the system no longer optimizes you for expansion, it optimizes you for continuity. And that's why high-income stagnation becomes so difficult to detect. Nothing visibly fails. The career still looks successful. The income remains. The compounding disappears. Now, final verdict. High salaries do not guarantee long-term career expansion. Some careers continue compounding. Others slowly become maintenance at a higher income level. And most engineers don't recognize the difference until years of acceleration are already gone. If you want the full system behind this, it's in the description.